Welcome back to F1 2020. Yes, I got my hands on it early, and today we are going to be jumping into your first look at F1 2020 gameplay. Real quick though, before we do jump into this game, I do want to give two little disclaimers before we get into the F1 2020 career mode stuff. The first one is that this is a work in progress game. I'm playing this game super early. Codemasters hooked me up with it. This game doesn't come out for a little while, so if you notice any bugs or glitches or any funky stuff, I would probably just attribute it to being a work in progress game because it's not finished just yet. And two, please bear with me with my whole driving in this game. This was actually my first ever time jumping into this game, and it actually feels pretty different to F1 2019. I don't know if it comes across super well on camera, but I will just say right off the bat, the cars feel very grippy in this game. More so than F1 2019. The braking distances are considerably shorter in this game, and the rain is just terrifying. You will see what I mean. Also, real quick before we do get into this, if you have any questions about F1 2020 and you want them answered, please put them in the comments down below. I will speak to the devs and get some answers for you guys ASAP. There is actually a little bit of crossover between my team and career mode. We will get to that at the end of this video. Some of those things will definitely surprise you. There is some super cool stuff in there. However, let's jump into F1 2020 My Team. This is a brand new game mode for the F1 franchise. In My Team, you are not just an F1 driver. This is your team, and you control every single aspect of it. You are first and foremost a driver, but you are also in control of everything. When I say everything, I mean literally every single detail. You are the 11th team on the grid. You will be going up against all the other teams with your home-built custom team. It's your responsibility to hire your teammate, your driver that's gonna race alongside you, find sponsors, upgrade your facilities, build a team logo, and much more. Also, unfortunately, I would like to have screenshots and videos showcasing some of the things I'm gonna be talking about. However, at this current point in time, we aren't really allowed to, so just stay tuned. I have seen it myself, and I'll try to explain it the best I can. And obviously, when F1 20 comes out, we will be jumping into a My Team career mode right away. So if that's something you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So what do you get when you jump into My Team right off the bat? Well, you've got to actually sign a sponsor, and that will propel you in what direction your team is gonna go. And that sponsor will actually give you money. You'll need to take that money and go and hire your teammate. We will come back to that in a moment. You will also have to go and invest in some facilities for you as your driver and your teammate to take part in. Now, that's going to be things like your power department, your aero department, your chassis and durability. That you already know from F1 2019. But in F1 2020, you've also got marketing and a personnel department. We will jump back to that as well in a moment. So you might be saying hiring a teammate, well, duh, I'm gonna go with the likes of Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, Max Verstappen. No. No, you're not. That's gonna be impossible right off the bat. Not only will you not have enough money to sign one of those guys right off the bat from your primary sponsor, but you definitely won't have the facilities that those drivers are looking for in terms of like making them a better driver. So that means you will have to hit the driver market and jump over to F2, where you will have to sign a driver. As you progress though through your My Team career mode, maybe season 2, season 3, season 4, then maybe you can go for the likes of a Lewis Hamilton, a Max Verstappen, whoever it be. Anyways, teammates are cool, but you know what else is cool? Choosing your engine supplier. Because this is a team that you've built up from the ground up, you actually have a choice of any engine. You've got Ferrari, Mercedes, Renault, and Honda. You've got to pick one of those guys. Once you've got your sponsor, your engine, your teammate, it is time to finalize your team. You've got to give your team a name, a logo. You've got to build a car livery out for it, and everything like that. It's actually really cool. Anyways, once you've built up your car and designed it the way you like, you head over to Will Buxton. Yes, he is in F1 2020, and he will interview you the very first time you jump into my team. He'll ask you questions like, oh, what's looking good, your power or your aero? Depending on what your answer is, you'll get a boost in relation to that. If you say your engine's looking really good, your engine at the start of the season will be a little bit upgraded. Unfortunately, in F1 2020, there's no preseason testing, so you don't jump through that whole debacle. But Will Buxton, right off the bat, is going to interview you for your first season only, and that'll give you a boost into which way you want your car to progress. He'll ask you a whole bunch of questions, whether they be related to the car themselves, maybe the facilities, maybe your teammate, or things like that. All sorts of things can get a boost going into your first season. Anyways, once you're done with Will Buxton, you will head over to the car reveal, and you will reveal your car and your team to the world. Spoiler alert, it doesn't really do anything, it just looks pretty cool. Once you're done with your car reveal though, you've got a little bit of time before the season starts to improve your team a little bit more. Let's just say, for example, this is where I would really like to put a picture on the screen, by the way, because it would make it so much easier to understand. However, let's just say, for example, there are 20 days before the start of the season, and you have 6 different options that you can choose from. Each of those options taking 5 days to do. So just based off math, you unfortunately can't go and choose all 6 of those. You've got to choose 4 of those options to do to fill your time before the season starts. You can have your departments work on different parts of the car, or you could also send your teammate to a sponsor event where he's actually going to go and sell like products to the sponsors, improve relations there, and try to bring in a little bit more money from your sponsors, which you can eventually go and spend on, like I said, better drivers or better facilities. About those facilities though, like I said, you've got those 4 from F1 2019, but you've also got those 2 extra, marketing and personnel. Those are, one, gonna bring you better teammates, better offers, and all sorts of things like that. You're gonna have to put money into those facilities if you want to see results on the track and off the track, whether that be a better engine or better sponsorship deals if you invest in marketing, for example. And throughout your time, as you're actually upgrading your facilities and stuff, you'll actually see them getting better and better. When you're starting out right at the beginning, your garage will be basically like the garage you probably have at your house. And then as you improve and get better and better, it becomes more, we'll call it NASA-like. It becomes more of a laboratory. Anyways, after you've done all of that stuff, you will jump into your first race and you will go through the career as you usually do. You'll be able to renegotiate with your teammate for better deals, trying to get more money that way and save money, upgrading your facilities, improving and improving, and so on and so forth as you go through your entire My Team career. We'll come back to My Team in a little bit though, because there are some cool things that affect not only My Team, but also the career mode. Let's talk about that though. One of them, super basic, you can now rush development parts. Say, for example, you really need an engine upgrade when you're heading into Monza. You can rush that development upgrade and it could work or it could not work. And you can see random mechanical failures when you're driving around on track. If you rush the development, you might see some more like durability issues. The second really cool big thing in career mode is, say you're driving for Williams, for example. Williams uses Mercedes engines. Well, let's just say Mercedes has like a huge development for their upgrade that adds, just say, for example, like 100 extra horsepower. Well, you as Williams, because you're using that engine, Mercedes will actually give you that upgrade as well. So you'll see the engine suppliers passing down their upgrades now, which is really cool. The R&D upgrades are really cool, but that's not it. The other really cool thing is the new contract stuff. New for F1 2020 is you're gonna actually be getting a dollar amount. It's not all just about racing for the best team. It's about building the best team and you as the best driver. McLaren will offer you a certain amount of money, and with that money, you can actually go and spend that on perks for you as the driver. Say, for example, you'll be able to buy things like a social media team or media training, which will help you answering questions that Will Buxton has for you. It's gonna add a whole new element to the career mode that we haven't seen before, which is super cool and is gonna make things way more interesting, I think. And then we get to the big stuff, the stuff that affects both of these modes. These are really cool. In F1 2020 My Team and career mode, you will see F1 drivers retire, whether that be, say you start up the game after your first season, Kimi's getting on a little bit, but the Iceman's not going anywhere, he lives forever. let's just say Sebastian Vettel, he's done with F1. He chooses to retire, and one of those F2 drivers has got to come up and take his place. But no, your F2 driver isn't going to just jump from F2 straight to Ferrari. No, Ferrari is going to use one of their sister teams, whether that be bringing up someone from like Haas, for example, and moving them up, or maybe someone from Alfa Romeo up. If you have somebody from one of those big teams leaving, say Sebastian Vettel, that's going to trigger so many things going on in the driver's market. It's gonna be really cool. Anyways, though, that is about it for the F1 2020 My Team and Career Mode game modes. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. I will do my best to get them answered for you. Be on the lookout for some more F1 2020 gameplay soon, and I will see you guys then.